Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna play some more Your Boyfriend. This time we're gonna do the abusive slash like carving route. I believe it's actually called too. So let's begin. Okay, what's your name? Lion. Welcome, Lion. You two have fun. My life has been chaotic. My family broke into another fifth drama, so I left the nest and ran straight to college, got an apartment and a job. But even that has become unbearable. Working at the local greasy spoon diner doesn't pay the best, obviously, so finding a roommate was my only recourse in being able to afford an apartment. Now my roommate's always bringing some dropout into the apartment for late night steady sessions. My sleep schedule is wrecked, and on top of it, the rent is late. I heard once that if you become a roommate with a friend, you won't stay friends for long. In my case, my friendship is strained, with my friend making excuses for why they need me to cover their half of the rent. Okay, I wonder if we're still in college or do we have to drop out, because I know my college, most people their freshman year have to get a dorm. Thanks to that deadbeat, I'm working harder just to scrape by every month. Picking up a second job will drive me to early grave at this point. The park gives me a chance to have some much-needed alone time. The part of the park in particular is my favorite because it's untouched by not just family members and college jerks. The only people who come here are groundskeepers. Even then, they only come by in the morning. Closing my eyes, I rub my face and breathe out the tension from my body so that I could enjoy the peace and quiet. Just then I feel someone sit down beside me. Startled, I turn to face the interloper.
Whoa, hey, take it easy. It's just me.
Hey, Peter. Like I have to say it every single time. The stranger says, trying to keep me from leaping too high off the park bench. You're a jumpy one, aren't you? Scooting arcly towards me, a shy smile creeps over his face. I keep my eyes on him like a hawk, unsure what his intentions are. Not once do his unblinking eyes stray from mine. So, are you waiting for a family member or a friend? It just seems kind of odd for you to be sitting here, all alone like this, so far away from the jogging track. To be fair, that is creepy. A chill runs down my spine, across my arms, over my chest, and slide myself away from him, perching closer to the edge of the bench. Does the same person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such questions? No, but this Peter, still. The stranger picks up on my knees, refraining from moving any closer towards me. Crossing his fingers in between his legs, he smiles warmly. I mean, you don't look like a groundskeeper or one of those old people feeding pensions after doing Tai Chi. Nope, but I could still be a young person doing it. I could also be a groundskeeper. I also could be an undercover cop, Peter. All you know. Okay, you already know because you stalked me. I'm just getting some alone time to myself. Things have been pretty intense lately. It's like he wants to wrap his arms around me in comfort, fingers twitching.
Look, I know this is sudden, very sudden, but may I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
Yes. Yes. Can I have the pleasure? Actually, I am actually supposed to say yes this time. Never mind, he's weird. Can't tell if it's just him being socially awkward or eccentric. He's playing off socially awkward. What? Why? Why is he interested in me of all people?
Well, I'm your boyfriend. Isn't that why you're here?
Technically, yes. But technically, no. Oh, it's technically, we're gonna be mean to you, though. Sorry about that. My boyfriend? Why would he be assuming that we're in a relationship? The way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna do one of the nicer lets next time, too, because, I'm gonna post it on my own birthday, so the stranger sits patiently waiting for my answer. Dinner sounds nice. I guess. It's not like I'm doing anything anyways, and it would be a nice break from the monotony. God knows I could stand to forget my problems for a few hours. This guy seems interesting enough to keep my mind off things. Really, that's great. He beams, holding my hand in his own. I'll see you tonight at 7. Standing up from the bench, he pauses, realizing something. Oh, I almost forgot. We need a place to meet up. Sorry. I know that I sound absent-minded, but I'm just so excited. Like, you know the last couple of times I did the meaner routes. And I'm still doing a meaner route, Peter. Still. How about the old diner downtown? It's nice and quiet, so no one will disturb us. So just kidnap us. The diner downtown? Which one? You know, the one that you work at. Oh, okay. Great, see you tonight. Just like he hurries off with a skip in his step, as though he had just won the lottery, which he did technically know. I watch as he disappears down the path that bends down a shallow hill. At least not this time. Like, at all. The bear trap one was a more pleasant. I'm pretty sure Death was more pleasant. Okay, honestly. Death one was sad. The park is quiet again. The serene Alonius setting in once more. Songbirds singing in a nearby tree. Especially when you realize you probably just get Isekai back to the day one. I sit there for a while, replaying the strange encounter in my head. I suppose I should be flattered that he took such a liking to me. However unusual it seemed, it's nothing like I sing in the movies or television. But then again, if I were Hollywood attractive, maybe it would be more normal that it would be almost annoying. Nah. I feel my cheeks flush as I reflect on him saying, "Can I have the pleasure?" A shy smile creeps from the corner of my mouth. He must be new to this as I am. What a shy, awkward guy. The birds stopped singing as I feel a knot grow in the pit of my stomach. How did he know where I work? Well, I know already because talking. "7 p.m. I show up at the diner, feeling rather unusual about meeting someone at the place that I work at for a completely spontaneous dinner date, and with a complete stranger who somehow knew that I worked here. Weird. The diner isn't very busy tonight, which is unsurprising. Even though I work here, the diner isn't my first choice for dinner. Maybe he was another customer that I never paid attention to. While I work, I let my mind drift, and after a while, I go on autopilot. I don't really pay that much attention to names and faces, even if they're regulars. I do. Names probably not because they don't have name tags. We do. Maybe he was one of those regulars building up his courage to ask me about every day, but eventually losing his nerve. I mean, there's some customers that know their names, but some they don't. It's kind of cute, I thought, though. I consider if it's wise to encourage him. Taking my seat, I wait, clicking the old-fashioned neon light clock that hangs over the jukebox. I notice he's 5 minutes late. I might as well buy myself a milkshake in the meantime. Milkshake, milkshake, milkshake. The waitress on the tonight shift is surprised to see me here on my day off. I imagine that she will tell me, job loyalty is one thing, but the food here isn't worth writing home about. If you get a discount on it, I would be eating it, just because it'd be cheaper. Especially if it was cheaper than anything else. After serving the stuff for a while now, I agree with her. At least the milkshakes are good. They are really old-fashioned kind, made with real ice cream and ingredients, unlike the powdered mix and flavored syrups at the fast food places. The waitress must have been less busy than I assumed because she brought my shake to me a few minutes later. I pulled a spoon from the vintage glass and lick it clean. So good! I stir the shake a little before I take a sip. A man rushes for the diner's door, like he ran the whole way here with something tucked carefully under his arm. I immediately recognize his sleeveless hoodie and blue shirt. He quickly scans the diner in panic. He probably thought I already left. I wave him over and leave spread across his face. Winded, he hurries down the rows of booths and sits across from me. You're late. I know. I'm sorry. I had to make a quick stop. As he speaks to me between breaths, I try to place where he might have been before coming here. The stranger pulls out a long white box that he was carrying, placing it on the table and sliding it over to me. Here, I brought this for you. Thinking about earlier today in the park, it might have been a little creepy to ask you on a date on the spot. I mean, I've gotten weirder questions, honestly. I thought I might get you a little something as a way of apologizing. And I have got asked on the spot by someone. If it was awkward for you, of course. That was in high school, though. He got something for me. He got something for me, really? It better not be a severed ear, fingers, or something. Me, it's like, okay. We can take that out back. Okay. Open the box. I see 2 long stem roses with deep red petals. The thorns were removed, and they bound by a shivering black silk ribbon. Roses, seriously? Jeez, thanks. The creepy black ribbon makes me wonder if there's a card attached to it, that reads, "To my future murder suicide." I'm not at all thrilled with the gift, and I place it casually on the table in front of him. He places it, his face drops, and he reaches to take them back. Oh, I'm sorry. If you don't like them, I could head out and get you something else. What do you like? Daisies, sunflowers, lilies? I fold my arms, annoyed with how pathetic he is. Honestly, if someone gave me something, I would still say thank you. I would be, especially roses, I'll be thankful. I mean, the only time is, if it's something, I don't know. I still be thankful and say thank you. That's how I've been taught. Come on, Come on, you show up late. Bring me some roses that look like they came from a funeral home, and I had to buy myself a milkshake while waiting for you. I'm still gonna be a butthole this time. Do you think that some cachet roses are going to make me up for this? And to be fair, I have friends that literally show up late. more than 5 minutes late. His shoulders fall, holding the roses close to his chest as he murmurs awkwardly. I'm sorry, I'll pay for the milkshake. How do you know I work here anyways? I stir my milkshake and wait for him to fumble out an explanation. Oh, I walk by here often, sometimes every day in fact. Almost every day in fact. I catch little glimpses of you through the window whenever you're working, so that's how I know. I mean, I try coming in to see you, but I lose my courage every time. Well, that's not creepy or anything. Sarcasm here. He sinks down into his seat. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. I'll take you out to a nicer place next time, and I'll be more punctual too, I promise. Yeah, he will, because you kidnap us. He clutches the roses into his chest, as if in prayer, figuring out how to get on my good side. I just reached for my milkshake, more interested in food than talking to him. I could use him for another free meal in at a nicer place. The idea is appealing as I reflect on the empty fridge at home, filled with nothing but ice trays and sauce pockets from cheap takeout. Keeping the idiot in suspense, I take a sip of my delicious shake. With a satisfied sigh, I lean back and look at the worm in front of me. You're not warm. You're more like a cat. Alright, I suppose I could give you a second chance. His posture immediately straightens. Really? You mean it? But you better be on time and bring chocolates. You don't have to bring chocolates. I point to the napkin dispenser on the table. I hardly even eat chocolate. Write your number and I might call you when I get some spare time. Be spicy food. Yes, of course. Okay. No, chocolates are good, but I like sour, gummy, and spicy stuff first. He gets a pen from my pocket and his pocket and quickly writes down his number on the paper before handing it to me. I'll do better, much better next time. Taking the napkin, I look at the number and notice that there is no name on it. Are you trying to be anonymous or something? I tap my finger where a name should be. My name is a joke, you know. To be honest, I would prefer to go by whatever you prefer to call me. He frowns in disgust. What? You hate your name that much? He nods before looking back at me, squeezing the pen in his hand. You could call me blank for all I care. I'm not gonna say it, even though technically I think that and I'm all like, oh yeah, red versus blue. That's what I deserve for such a terrible evening. No, you don't. He did have a point. Okay, how about... I'm not calling him that name. YB. How about YB? He seems pleased with what I came up. Despite how silly. He seemed pleased with what I came up with, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. Yeah, that's much better. Honestly, thank you. He writes it down on a fragile bit of paper before handing it back to me. I roll my eyes. Just pay for my shake. It's getting dark and I don't like walking home alone at night. I walk by the waitress and tell her that the guy in the sleeveless hoodie is paying for the shake. She could tell that I was in one of those moods and just shrugged. I don't even say goodbye to YB before I left. was getting cold outside and I could feel my skin growing goosebumps. Maybe it was the dropping temperature, or the ice cream's cooling me from the inside out. I don't know. Or the fact that I'm cold-hearted. Let's play through. I glance back to make sure the weirdo isn't following me. He peers at me through the window, waving at me. I just keep walking. When I got back to the apartment, I took a different path on the road opposite from my home. It's a paranoid precaution, but better be safe than sorry. My stomach growls bitterly. Next time I will make him order me everything on the menu, just out of spite. I wouldn't you people eat all that? Once back in my place, I hear my roommate and their study partner doing something other than studying. Walking by the room, I pound on their door. Other people are trying to live here, you know. Flopping into my bed, face down, and limps out, I let out a long, miserable groan. I take a moment to rest before whirling over onto my back to stare at the ceiling. I look at the sloppy handwriting he left on the napkin. Scoffing, I toss it to the floor. Meh. I'm not even going to bother with him right now. I have too much to deal with at work tomorrow. Too tired to even get undressed, I roll over and drift to sleep. There he is. Okay, on to day 2. So, YN, did you have a nice time with YB? Don't answer that. It's time to get up and face another day. Oh, I roll over into my bed for a moment. Every inch of my body is begging me to wake up, but I still don't have the mental energy for it. It's like I didn't get any form of rest at all. I fight the will to wake up for a moment, rubbing my eyes before sitting up in my bed. I'm a mess. Okay, so we're gonna skip. You already know he's stalking us. 9:12 a.m. Oh god, I'm late for work. Finally dressed, I rush out of my bedroom, making my way to the kitchen section, where I normally put my work keys.
Hey, looks like someone's in a hurry.
It's Lucy. Thought we're gonna be mean to her. Yeah, no thanks to you, Lucy. I bore out as I snatched my keys from the counter, glaring over towards my roommate, who had the nerve to look confused. Why didn't you wake me up? My deadbeat of a roommate tensed up a little, looking both offended and startled with my sudden outburst. Good. Dude, I heard you rummaging around earlier. Don't pin your lazy butt on me. She tries to explain. Not even her excuses have any effect, that freaking bum. I then shake my head, focusing back on my predicament. No, I wasn't rummaging around earlier. I just barely woke up. You know, I have to work at 7, and you let me sleep until 9? What kind of person are you? What kind of person? What were you and your boy toy doing last night, Lucy? My roommate instantly takes offense to this, flashing me the most glorious of birds before storming off into their room. You know what? Screw you. I'm not your keeper, and you are not my dad.
And I told you not to call me Lucy!
Once my roommate slammed her door shut, I simply scoffed and made my way out the door. With any luck, she'll be gone when I get back. Maybe I will find a more tolerable roommate then. I hustle down the stairs and out of the apartment building, but after running into Lucy, I slow my pace. I don't like the job anyway. If I get fired, fine. This day is already shitty. This day is already crappy, so why not just pile it on? It's Sunday. There's usually hardy customers on Sunday mornings, but even then, it doesn't excuse my tardiness. I saunter through the front doors of the diner, walking into the kitchen and grab my apron off the coat hanger along the far end of the wall. The apron seems to be the only place where grease stains don't get all over me. Fumbling to tie the apron on, I go to the time clock and don't waste my time digging for my time card to punch in. If I'm going to get fired today, I might as well milk it for every minute I am here. Wait. According to this, I already clocked in. Who could've? TK! Pleasure could still be mean to TK this time, too. My attention snaps towards the sound of approaching footsteps. Wherever it is, they're not trying to be at the street, as they carry a clanking stack of dirty dishes back from a table.
There you are. Where have you been? I've been covering your shift for the past 45 minutes without the boss even knowing you're not here.
TK's awesome. TK rushes right by me as they gently place the dishes into the sink of soapy, hot water. Wiping their hands, TK sighs loud enough to make sure that I hear it. They're like this all the time though, always acting like they're the big sibling to everyone and keeping things in one piece. I helplessly try to think of an excuse that doesn't sound as pathetic as my alarm clock didn't go off. But the truth is all I have, so I try to downplay the issue. I don't get why you're making such a fuss. We're pretty much dead on Sunday morning. You clearly weren't paying attention when you came barging in. Yep, busy. TK wipes their hands on their apron before gesturing for me to look out through the service window. What the? Are you kidding me? Customers! Why are there so many old farts here? I try not to raise my voice to a point that the fiber-chomping boomers outside did not hear me. A tour bus came along, that's what happened. Now stop asking questions and start waiting tables. TK hands me a spare notepad and pencil and nudges me out of the kitchen. Great, here I am, hoping to have an easygoing day. So much for that. The breakfast crowd is a nightmare. Karens and redneck grandpas everywhere with something up their butts. Some are going as far as refusing to pay because I did not kiss their feet whenever their coffee was not filled all the way, or their T-bone steak wasn't cooked the way they wanted. Yeah, T-bone steak for breakfast, not even breakfast steak and eggs either. An actual T-bone dinner with potatoes and steamed carrots. And then when one person refuses to order off the breakfast menu, there's a dozen more who follow suit. I love reading that line, because I just want to make it sound like I'm irritated. Such a hassle. Why wouldn't the elderly be more like my grandparents, pleasant and polite? Yeah, mine aren't. Eventually, the crowd starts dying down, most leaving to do some sightseeing, others staying and order more coffee or lunch. At least these are the kind of customers that don't mind. These are the kind of customers that mind their own business and are more focused on eating or talking. Staggering into the kitchen, I let out a long sigh and rest against the wall, finally able to take a moment to relax. I know you want to get off your feet, but you missed the table. TK sneaks over to my side, giving me a gentle nudge before pulling back out to the dining area. I roll my exhausted eyes and look over towards them. Can't you do it? I don't feel like having some old geezer dump their oatmeal on me again. I would, but you owe me for covering your butt for an hour. Darn, they had a point. Like, so yeah, they do. With a groan, I lean myself off the wall, trying to straighten my posture and fumble back out. And I will say, I've had to stand longer at work than our protagonist right here. Scanning the booths, I check all the tables I scan the booths. I check all the tables I had already gone, matching their faces and oars table by table. I don't think I missed any. A voice chimes from the booth to my right. Peter! Hi there, stranger. Wait, hey there, stranger. Oh, hey. Upon hearing me say this, he withdraws a little, shyly looking down at the table in front of him. I just thought I might visit you at work to make a day a little easy for you. Yeah, well, now is not. Now just isn't a good time. I had a crappy morning, and I just can't. I know, but you could use a break, right? I'm sure your friend wouldn't mind. Look, I'm too busy right now, okay? Once again, he walked away and shook his head. I'll get going, sorry. I watch as he gets up from the booth and makes my way out the dinner. I watch as he gets up from the booth and makes his way out of the diner, not even making eye contact or saying a word as he leaves. Heading back to the kitchen area, I noticed TK was looking at me with a treed look on their face. What was up with that guy? Your table service that bad? Oh, he's a stalker. What? Nah, it was someone who's been pestering me to go out with him. I'm just a little too frustrated to deal with him right now. I noticed a slight shift in their expression as they tried to cover up. I've kind of known that they had a thing for me for a while now. They're probably wondering whether or not I'll give in to YB's advances. After a moment of silence, I tug off my apron and hang it up. What are you doing? I'm going to take my break. Digging around my pocket, I pull out a $5 bill. Any chances you could dish me up some lunch? Seriously? I serve customers, YN, not co-workers. Yeah, and I'm paying, therefore I'm a customer. Rolling their eyes, TK takes the money from my hand and tucks it away in their pocket. Fair point. Don't expect me to keep serving you during your work day. You said that last time. I say this with a smug look on my face. TK chuckles to themselves. It's like, yeah. TK's awesome. Just take a seat. I'll see what I can wipe up for you. It's good to finally get off my feet. These shoes are not working for me. Just need to break them in. Just then TK shows up, placing a sandwich, a small bowl of today's soup special, and a drink in front of me before taking a seat. Hey now, I didn't order this much. I complain, though I'm not really against the extra servings. I know, but I figured I'll get you a little something extra anyways. So I'm supposed to go, hey, yeah, thanks. So I'm basically doing the exact same route as last time with the tooth route, but not. There's some things that change. Thanks, I guess. I push the soup to the side. I'll just get a to-go box for this. You're welcome, I guess. TK replies, as equally as sarcastic as mine. They stand up from their seat. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead. Get back to work. TK, you're awesome. If you need anything else, you can get it yourself. I'm still saving it, TK. They say with a teasing smirk, hinting that they're not likely to be going to. Hinting that they're not likely going to be doing me any favors today. More favors today. What a day. First Sunday, it's freaking busy. Here I was hoping for a laid-back day. I can't wait to go home and just keel over. Each step is just as agonizing as the last, and the pounding headache certainly isn't helping me. Maybe I'm irritated or just so self-aware of my surroundings, but I swear it feels like someone's eyes are on me. Home sweet home. I'm surprised my feet don't fall off while making my way here. Reaching into my pocket, I pull out my keys, knowing full well that Lucy always locks up each time I leave. I don't see why, though. There you are. Jesus, what the heck? You can't sneak up on me like that. The old man unapologetically crosses his arms as he continues. Why would you be surprised?
Today's the deadline for the other half of your rent.
Yeah, I don't have it. Judging by his expression, he's having an exhausting day too. Fine, I'll talk to Lucy about it again. I mumble as I finally find the keys to the door and try to get inside to avoid another lecture. Actually, I prefer if I come inside to talk to her about it right now. It wasn't a request. Alright, come on in. There goes my peace and quiet. Open the door, I allow the landlord to come in first. He's already scanning the area of our living space, probably to look for any damage or mess that he could charge us extra for. There's an unsettling silence between the both of us as he continues to look around the place.
She's not here, is she?
Nope. I guess not. Lucy's naturally loud, and when she's not, she's smoking in here. And that would get us kicked out in a heartbeat. Thankfully, we normally blame it on scented candles, which he knows that it's not scented candles. The older man groans and pinches the bridge of his nose. I can't keep doing this. You certainly can't keep up with their end of the rent. Listen, you're clearly the more responsible one. She's broken her agreement one too many times. She has to go. Please don't. Please don't. She's got nowhere to go, and as much as I like a new roommate, I just can't have her kicked out. I'll take up another job if I need for the time being. The landlord glares in silence for a moment, but eventually tucks his hands into his pockets and sighs heavily. Look, you can't keep covering for her like this, and what if you can't find another job? I don't know. Look, I know you're mean well, kid. It's refreshing, but it can only take you so far when you're dealing with crappy people. Be sure to also have Lucy come by my office if you see her again, and we'll get things started. If you happen to know any friends or family members who can take her place, I recommend contacting them soon. Alright? So this time he's really not giving Lucy, giving me any, like, oh, I'll work with you. Saying this, he makes his way out to his usual stomping ground. Okay, saying this, he makes his way out, not his usual stomping around motion either. I've never seen him walk so lightly before. If I'm not mistaken, I sense he might regret putting me in a difficult position. After a moment's pondering, I pull out my phone as I walk into my bedroom to make a call. Picking up the scrap of paper on the floor, I look over the number YB had written down. Might as well call him. With a pushover like him, I'm sure he'll take care of most things around here, rather than bleed me dry. Besides, I'm sure he'll jump on my offer in a heartbeat. And it's inside the room because he's here already. What the heck? Okay, what the heck was that all about? Lucy? Lucy, are you home? The landlord needs to have a word with you regarding your agreement to this place. Go to your room. What? What happened? My head. Dear God. Who did this? Well, I know. Who is Peter? What's going on? Who's there? I can't see a thing. I feel a hand running down my back as though to smooth me with long, soft pets. I feel warm breath in my ear.
Don't worry. I'll take care of you.
Is that YB's voice? I tried to roll over to get a better look at the butthole in my room. In my home, everything's too dark. Only black silhouette appears before me. Why? Now, let's go to day 3. What? I'm back in my room? My head pounding. What happened last night? Oh God, that's right. I wasn't alone. The one who attacked me, his voice was just like... YB, why the hell did you do that? Why the heck did he do that? I need to have a word with him about this. Who could that be? If it's YB, I've got an earful to give him. One part of me hopes it's YB. I don't know if I'll give him a black eye or just strangle him. I'm coming, Jesus. Quickly making my way towards the door, I take a deep breath and look for the people. Oh. Sorry about that, I thought you were someone else. Paranoid enough not to answer the door, huh? No, just not eager to get visitors. The landlord doesn't seem to acknowledge my answer as he crosses his arms and continues. I had a word with Lucy about the termination of her contract. As usual, she didn't take it too well. Either would I, honestly. The landlord seems a little uneasy as he continues. She recently got a job somewhere and wanted to pay you back for all the times you covered her. She did. What did she tell you? What did you tell her? The usual thing. Told her to contact any friends or family to stay with for a while, as she proves that she's financially stable. If she proves that she's financially stable, I might let her come back. Even with the smoking and all that, that was a butthole move to do. Actually, it's kind of nice. Like, oh, you can come back. Getting a job these days is harder than it used to be. I know, but I don't have the patience to wait for her to use more of her money to bill friends and not on rent. Anyway, if she needs some boxes, Have her come by my office. I think I got a few to spare. I could get for her. I could get them right now for her. Save you extra headache. Alright. Good call. Follow me. Holy, do you live like this? Do you live like this? I think you don't have the right to harass us about our place in about keeping our place in top shape. I boldly stay out loud, nudging an empty beer bottle aside from with my foot. The landlord looks back at me as he walks into his place. Judge all you want. I'm the one paying for the whole darn building while babysitting everyone inside of it. So yes, I have every right to harass you about your place. Fine, jeez. I mutter, not really wanting the lecture shoved down my throat. The landlord kneels down in front of the mess he has right at the door. He begins shifting boxes stuffed with all kinds of junk. Papers, pages full of dirty pages full of dirty clothes he probably never got washed, rusted toolboxes, a sleeping bag riddled with holes, a junk-like tie rack with someone might use as in you think, and there are various things that could be tossed in a dumpster and give you more room. He literally looks like a hoarder. Eventually he pulls out a folded up slack of cardboard boxes, tossing them aside into a pile one by one. How many do you think she needs? He asks, not even looking back at me as he pulls another folded box out. And that'll be enough. I don't think she has many things to box up anyways. Then the landlord stands up with a grunt, beginning to carelessly shove the items from earlier back in place. Alright then, he mutters, dusting off his hands. Well, if she needs more, just send her my way. I got enough to move everyone out. It's like, the man doesn't seem to respond at first, almost as though he's listening to as he picks up the pile of folded boxes and hands them to me. He seems out of it now. This still should hang even. Hey, huh? The landlord says, snapping out of it. What is it? You're doing alright? You seem out of it. Oh, I'm fine. Just tired. He mumbles, escorting me out of the door. If you need anything, I'll be in all day. And if you find someone else to move in, be sure they stop by as soon so I can get their paperwork going. I will, thank you. After taking the boxes back to my place, I quickly get ready for work. I was hoping for a day off, but at least I'm not going in as early. I don't want to go in at all today. Think I'll take my time getting dressed. Maybe a long shower. Well, what happened here? I asked myself, noticing a small crowd of people surrounding the area. Does that mean I'm getting getting the day off? That'll be swell.
There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, there's Peter. Oh god, you had me worried sick. Are you alright? What did they say? If they blame this on you, I swear to God we need to have a talk. I say in a firm tone. A talk? He asks with confusion. Why? What did I do? You know damn well what you did. I say, tugging his shirt and guiding YB over across the street and near an alley, letting go and glaring at him. You knocked me out last night. Why? YB looked surprised with this, not knowing how to respond at first as he tries to mouth out some kind of excuse. Me? I didn't knock you out. I was back in my place after I told you back. I took you back to work yesterday. You did take me back to work yesterday. I swear on my mother's grave, if she was dead, sure. Would be nice if she was. I crossed my arms, showing that I'm not buying this bullcrap. Excuse. You're freaking twat. You knocked me out when the whole place went dark, and I'm not happy about it. YB doesn't attempt to lie any further as his shoulders slouch, eyes to the ground. Sir, I didn't want you freaking out that I was there, so I panicked. And just so happened to carry chloroform with you when you came over. Yes. Jesus, what's wrong with you? You're what's wrong with me. You're the one that keeps me awake at night. You're the one that's always on my mind. The one that makes my heart beat out my chest each time I see you, smell you. You want the truth? The truth is I'm mad. Mad to the point where I caress your skin while you sleep soundly each night. What? Ryan, don't you get it? I'm opening my heart to you. I'm being forward. I'm being honest. Truth matters in a relationship, and I'm tired of keeping things from you. YB steps closer, his hands resting on the wall behind me. I love you. I love you the moment I saw you in the diner. I wanted to storm in, but it wasn't the proper way to approach you. So I had to follow you instead, study your pattern, memorize your schedule, practice what to say when we're finally alone and working. The park was perfect to finally approach you. YB smirks as he leans closer. A dark glint was in his eyes as he cups my cheek in his hands. You're upset with me now. For last night. Sure, but you and I can make this work now. No more hiding. No more secrets, just us. Saying this, YB parts his lips a little. A long, glistening tongue sneaks out from his fang-filled maw. You're insane! YB chuckles. Maybe, but I wouldn't want to be any other way. I freeze as I feel his lips against my cheek, followed by a hot, wet sensation of a tongue trailing down my neck before he whispers. If you tell anyone, I'll kill them too. Two? YB doesn't reply as he takes my hand into his, intertwining his fingers along with mine as he nipped at my ear. I'll be by later tonight, dear. YB doesn't say any more as he pulls away, a crooked smile and lust in his eyes while he takes his leave out of the alley and down the street. I took a moment to register what just happened, of everything he told me, what he possibly did. Maybe I'm trying to use this guy. Maybe trying to use this guy was a bad idea. Well, yeah, that was definitely the bad idea. I tried collecting myself as I crossed the street, not really paying much attention to the cars as they slam on their brakes and honk their horns at me. Those people can wait. I'm going through some serious crap right now. Looking around, I noticed TK still hadn't showed up. Maybe they went inside without me. The TK diners. Making my way to the diner, I scanned around the area while looking around for them. Where are they? I seriously need to talk with... What the? Wait, it's Dawn? I bail out as a couple of officers try to escort me away. Let go of me! That's my landlord! Let go of me! My outburst caused a scene. God, honestly, there are many questions that then attended after identifying the body. I did my best to give as much information as I could without risking anyone's lives. My mind is racing as to why YB would do such a thing. My landlord did nothing to him. YB was no pushover. He was a lunatic. As I walk in, I don't see the two other people in the room at first. Not until I feel someone walk up and wrap their arms around me. I'm a little startled, but too drained to react properly. Pulling away just a little, I lift my head to be face to face with the one who came to comfort me without hesitation.
Hey, sweetie. I heard what happened.
I simply nudge Lucy away. I'm fine. I barely knew him enough to sob like the baby. Lucy gives me an irritated look for a moment before taking a step back. Yeah, you're right. It's just... Geez, just out of the blue, who on earth would do such a thing? Looks at Peter. Yeah, I don't know. Sure, he was obnoxious about rent and crap. I felt crap, but he sure as heck didn't deserve that. No, he didn't. Hey, Mother. And your job, too. What the heck is that about? Oh, this is far too suspicious. I freeze as I feel another hand rest on my shoulders, placing a kiss on the top of my head. Why don't you take a seat, darling? I'll get you something to drink. I don't hesitate to pull away from his touch, making my way over the sofa and flop down on the mattress. Lucy sits herself next to me, placing her hand on mine. I can feel her worried gaze on me, but not saying a word. I need to say something, a warning, a hint, anything. Mentally, I'm screaming for help, but I'm more agonizing to know she can't hear me. I just saw him this morning. He seemed just fine. You really shouldn't work yourself over this. You said it yourself. You didn't know him well enough. Now you're sympathetic? You're always kept dodging the man for God knows how long. I bet you're happy he's gone. No. Must be dead weight. Little mess, I spent all my money. Pay my rent for me again. Hey, eat my butt, you little twig. No thanks. Oh god, I already lost my landlord. I can't lose Lucy too. Sorry, Lucy, he only eats my butt. Sorry, Lucy, he only eats my butt. It's kind of his thing. I try to say in the most confident of voices, despite how dreadful I'm feeling inside. Lucy, that character, she's slightly taken back at my response, turning her attention away from YB and more towards me, laying out a soft chuckle. Alright, I'm not going to excuse that sarcasm art, though. She says, pointing her finger at YB before getting up off the sofa. Anyways, I'm going to head out. I'll be back later tonight. I trust your man will be keeping you company, right? She asked, looking over towards YB. All night. He assures, wrapping his arms around me and pulling me close. It's like...
All right. Chin up, sweetie. It's always darkest before the dawn, like my mom always said. Before she started eating glass.
And not glass. Yeah, I would rather eat glass because glass is that's dangerous. Jeez, what kind of parents raised you? The kind I ran away from, obviously. I mean, to be fair, all three of us right here have parent issues. Her. Our character had drama, and Peter definitely has some Alice trauma. She says with a slight chuckle before making her way out the door. No, he's the crazy one that actually went crazy. Because he's yandere. Love ya. With that said, Lucy takes her leave. It's just the psychopath and me now. YB comes over and sits down next to me, wrapping one arm around my shoulder and tugging me close against him. This place is making you depressed, darling. Why don't you stay with me tonight? Help you get your mind off things. Let's go. Let's go. I groan miserably, feeling trapped and defeated. YB chuckles a little and kisses my cheek before taking my hand and leading me out of my apartment. Laying parked on the curb is a worn-down-looking gray van, its windows darkly tinted on its side. All it needs is a free candy sign, and it's good to have several people report it. Or just look like a van lifer's van. YB opens the van down for me. YB opens the van door for me, helping me inside before closing it shut. Inside isn't too bad. He keeps it decently clean with a cachet collection of scented pine trees. Scented pine trees. I just realized inside isn't too bad. He keeps it decently clean with cachet collection of scented pine cones on the rearview mirror. Unless it's actually a car scented thing. And an ashtray filled with air exchange. Buckle up, it's gonna be a long ride. How far? About 3 hours. 3 hours? I live far away from here, just as I like it, but oh, so far from you. That's okay, the gas money is worth seeing you every day. So you were stalking me. YB lets out a little chuckle, reaching his hand over and beginning to feel my thigh. Yes, I'm sorry for lying to you like that. You wouldn't have given me a chance if I confessed to doing such terrible things when we first met. Unless you're messed up as I am. Apparently not. However, since you're going this route. Unless it's curiosity. Whatever. I think we're actually going for the messed up route, sir. It's all I could bring myself to mutter, pulling my legs away from him as I curl up in a ball in my seat and look out the window. Each passing second, the world I once knew is being left behind. Why? Pardon? Why did you kill him? Your landlord was a threat. I saw the way he looked at you, the way you eyed you in some nights. He was going to take you from me. And I was not going to risk losing you to some old man. And just for that you killed him? I snapped, ignoring the growing nausea in my stomach. I knew you wouldn't understand.
Go ahead and sleep for the rest of the trip. We'll be home soon.
Okay, onward to day 4. What happened? I don't know this place. Where am I? What the fuck? I'm tied up? Oh, good. You're awake. I was starting to get worried. You've been out for a while now. Untie me now. I know he's obsessed with me, and so far it worked in my advantage. I can't lose the control, especially now. Untie me now. I play a risky gambit, issuing a direct order without breaking eye contact. YB can't even blink as I bark my order. I could see the wheels in his head churning as he tries to regain control over the situation. Sorry, but I need you to stay calm. Trust me, this is for your own safety. You killed Dawn, knocked me out, and then you tied me to a bed. I don't let him finish his pitiful justifications as I play an indignant outrage. I play on the indigent outrage to mentally put him on the ropes. How did you expect me to react? Am I supposed to fall into your arms and shower you with my love after you do this to me? His eyes break from mine as he fumbles with his thoughts. Do you think that I could ever love someone who kidnapped me? YB glares back at me. The look in his eyes tells me his little world he built up is shattered around him like glass. Everything is at stake for him, and I could tell he's struggling with any validation I could give. Crap, I didn't mean. He races to my side and begins fumbling with the knots that bind my wrist. You know that I never. Just untie me. I'll be fine. I throw the drowning man what he thinks is a lifeline. To me, it was a baited hook that I could use to reel him further in. I step to scan my surroundings, trying to get my bearings. It doesn't look like some dirty basement, and I wasn't on some mold-infested mattress either, so glass half full at least. He didn't lock me in some dungeon. Where am I? You're home. YB purrs with satisfaction. It's like he's just purring away like a cat. Home? This isn't my home at all. This isn't my room at all. No, your new home. It's bigger, cozier, and you don't need to worry about that loud roommate of yours waking you up in the middle of the night. You never need to cook again, or work or clean. I'll take care of it all for you. You never even have to leave this room. And best of all, you don't need to pay anything to be here. No, not just old landlords, nothing. You can live however you want here. And you expect me to be grateful? Dog. He frowned, clearly hurt by my insult. How about I get you a drink? That might help you calm down and settle into your new surroundings. He nervously makes his way through the door, closing it behind him. Rumbling in my sore wrist, I have to admit the place looks better than my old room. Not enough for me to want to stay, though. Maybe I could find a way out of here. YB rushes back with some glass of water. We're here. Well, here you are, love. A little hydration to help you feel more calm. I take the water, and what seem to be painkillers he passes to me. The image of YB knocking me out comes to the surface of my memory. I glare at him, eyebrows raised, and he chuckles softly. Don't worry, dear. If I wanted you dead or unconscious, then you already would be. I recoilly knock back the pills and take a big swing of water. I reach up to rub my head. The cough of the bandage reminds me how well the idiot caught me. You hurt me. YB looks downcast, as if disappointed in himself. I just panicked, but I knew that you'd freak out, and that nothing I could do would calm you down. So I panicked and I'm sorry, my love. It's like, you technically hurt me, Peter. Technically hurt me. I'm not going to ask you to forgive me. I don't deserve it. You're delusional if you think you can think. You're delusional if you think you can think I'll ever forgive you for what you've done to me. And what you did to Dawn, that's just evil. Sorry, Ryan, but I had to. And I'll do it a million times over to be in this moment. What the heck are you talking about? Please let me explain. Remember when I told you I was your boyfriend back at the park? Unfortunately. It's like, yeah, because you're talking to me. I groan, crossing my arms and at the arms, wanting to listen to the story he's trying to spin. Well, that's true, since that very moment I saw you, I knew you were destined to be together. Whether you want to or not, there's no changing or going back from where we are both meant to be. You could call it a match made in heaven, or even proof that there's no God, given how twisted this whole thing is. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm always going to love you. Peter. It's like, no. For him, it's like, are you sure? Because Peter will go, I think there is. I got them. You can make me pull my teeth out, cut off my fingers, make me bite off my own tongue, anything. I'll still love you until my dying day. We already know that you would pull out your teeth, Peter. Peter places his hand on my thigh. My skin crawls at his touch. I am yours, your slave, your happy ending, your tragedy, your dream, or your nightmare. I belong to you, and I'll do anything to make it I will do anything it takes to remain as your possession. Recalling, I jumped my leg away from his grasp. You're a monster. My words cruelly cut through him as a dream-like expression faded. I know. I'm fully aware of what I've done is terrible, unforgivable, but it has to be this way for us. Leaning over, he places a kiss on my brow before standing up. I feel sick to my stomach. I got a lot of making up to do. Maybe you'll understand the next day, but the choice is yours. I just hope to make this right. I just hope you make the right ones. We'll find out. What mine is yours either way. I'm going to do a little work, so feel free to explore your new home. If you need anything, I'll be in my room. YB leaves the room, keeping the door slightly cracked. I jump out of the bed and take a closer look around the room. No windows, of course. Well, I better make the best of the messed up situation. Hey, I think my books, I guess. I have a new location to collect dust now. They have a new location to collect dust now. These are in poor taste. It's one of those all-in-one PCs. Pretty nice, pricey. No internet though, unless... It's like you didn't put my PC in there. Hey, you got one of those. Would it be funny if I placed this in front of the door? It's like, barricade it. Soundproof panels, really? I'll take these down later. Candles, perfect for not slamming into walls when the power goes out. This is one of those two-way mirrors, I swear. If these are one of these two-way mirrors, I swear to God. Oh, wait. Oh, you're already up and about. Well, yeah, I don't want to be lounging in my room all day. I took a moment to look around the room he's occupying. The room would be claustrophobic nightmare. Is this your room? Well, yes, I need some place to sleep and do work. Do you always sleep here? It's so small. No, but I sleep in much tighter places. Your closet is a bit challenging for the first few weeks, but I managed. My closet? He pauses, realizing he's just fed me information I wasn't supposed to know. Anyways, I know it. I need to get back to the script. It's, not gonna edit itself. With a nervous chuckle, he sits back down at his desk and begins twirling away at his keyboard and mouse, leaving me haunted with the thoughts of knowing he's been sleeping in my closet for God knows how long. Look, I really get back sometime soon. He turns to me, confused. Back? What do you mean? What do you think? I mean, moron. Back to my apartment. Back to my life. Darling, I don't think you understand. There's no going back. This is us now, forever. Wait. I'm not taking you back. Everything you could possibly need is right here. There's nothing for you to go back there. Fine, I'll just walk home. I would if I were you. There's nothing around us but miles of forest and bear traps that don't get to you. The wild animals might. The reality of my situation sinks in. The freak really does have me trapped. Don't worry, darling. Give it a few days. I know you'll come around. I'll do whatever I could do to make you settle in. I just have to finish this last bit of work, and I'll be right out to tend your every need. I don't think I could be more revolted. Well, by all means, take your time. I think I could stand not being creeped out for a few hours. His smile falls as he returns to his screen. Well, time to make myself busy. Darling, are you hungry? I guess. I was looking around to see if I have to resort to cannibalism. Goodness, there's no need for that. I have a garden outside, after all, in case food supplies get low. Would you like me to cook you something? You could cook? You cook? Look at yourself. You're skin and bones. I'm not trusting someone with my food who doesn't even feed himself well. I'll make something myself. First of all, I'm skin and bones too, so that would be me. That would be calling the kettle black on this. Calling the kettle black. YB's shoulders drop upon hearing this. But, darling, no buts. I'm not eating anything that's made with those grubby little hands of yours. With a huff, I slam the fridge door shut and glare at him. I'll just make something from a can. That way I know you have not been messing with it. Yes, darling, I'm sorry. Head bowed in shame. Bowed in shame, he sinks quietly back into his room. Just curry, nothing exciting. Oh, I can't get the knife. Looks like most of my favorite snacks are in here. Good. Of course, a small table just for the two of us, huh? Okay, we talked to look at Rat. Oh, I see you met Rat. Rat? Yeah, that's her name. She's adorable, but we're gonna have to be mean to you. I didn't know what to call her, so I called her Rat. You are what you eat after all. That's the most unoriginal thing I have ever heard. Yes, well, keep in mind that I don't value myself as a creative person. You shouldn't even be valued at all. I won't argue that. Get rid of it. Well, I don't like snakes. Get rid of it. Ray will be with deception. I don't care for snakes, but rat deception. What? Did I stutter? Did I stutter? It's like, yeah, I kind of did. But you did. No, you didn't. But darling, I don't have anyone to take care of her. So, it's a snake. It could live in the wilderness. But autumn's around the corner. Hey, you said you would do anything for me, right? Right. Yes, darling. Then get rid of this thing, or I'll do it myself. At least give me a few days to arrange a few things. Fine. Dejected, he sinks back in his room after what he put me through. I could care less. Looks like a very good book. I just want to go back to Rat real quick. Rat seems pretty content in its tank. At least one of us is okay with being cooped up, a wacky weirdo. I mean, Rat's not gonna stay there for long after what we did. I'd love to talk, darling, but I need to get these edits done and submitted. Go ahead and spore. I'll catch up soon. Sleepies. Okay, so I could get the sleeping pills still. I get to get the sleeping pills every route. At least he has power going into this. Channel 3 News. Result in numerous energies. The organizers of the event stated that in hindsight, it was a terrible idea to host the annual Gunpowder and Dynamite convention next door to the annual candle making festival, and will avoid this next year. In other news, the recent murder of Donovan Williams is still under investigation. He was found in the freezer in Dan's Damn Diner yesterday morning. The owner of this diner stated that he suspects a stranger who's been seen lingering around the establishment in the recent months, acting suspiciously. Peter just acting suspicious. Police say they are currently attempting to find and talk to the co-worker of the victim. Police say that they're currently attempting to find and talk to a co-worker of the victim, whose witnesses saw accompanying them home the night before the murder. They will probably have not been seen since. They think I'm dead. We will have more on this in the program as the program continues. And now for the weather, Jim. My mind goes hazy for a brief moment, seeing the aftermath of Peter's sanity playing out on the TV was surreal. But one thing stood out to me the most: stranger acting suspiciously. That can only be Peter, which means that either way, they must be on our trail. And what's funny is the fact that we're already calling him Peter, even though technically we do not know because we've been calling him YB. So that's funny. Maybe I won't have to stay in this place for long. It's like I already know your name, Peter. Where's core to this? So can I call you instead YB, Peter? Darling, are you alright? I snap out my hopeful daydreaming. My captor's voice bring me crashing back to the earth once again. Do you mean they know you killed Dawn, right? Do you know that they know you killed Dawn, right? I point to the screen and the headlines scrolling across the screen, detailing the murder. YB casually picks up the remote and turns the TV off before sitting himself down next to me. Don't fret, darling. They'll never find us. I promise. I was careful. Peter? You weren't careful. Oh yeah? How do you know for sure? How do you know the cops won't come crashing in here at any moment? YB gives off a smile, scooting closer to me as he rests his arm around the back end of the sofa. Reaching over, he gently takes my chin into his hand. I love how we are doing that. We call him Peter, but we're calling my love, my dearest. If they come here, they're not leaving. Slap his hand away. Pathetic. You also think you could take on the police? Darling, what happened in the diner wasn't my first murder. And if even one tries to barge in here, it certainly will not be my last. Something about his tone took me by surprise, the lack of care, worry, or even desperation to put my mind at ease. This wasn't an empty promise. A bullcrap ego or pride that was passing his lips. What he was saying was a guarantee. I play it off by rolling my eyes, picking up the remote once more, and turning on the TV, flipping through the channels in an effort to distract myself from him. Whatever. He doesn't say another word as he stands up from the sofa and walks out of the front room, probably getting back to whatever he was working on in his bedroom at the moment. I turn the TV off once again. I don't care to see anything else about YB's psycho antics. I need to find something else to occupy my time. He's wrapped around my finger, but why couldn't he be my loyal dog back home instead of whisking me away to this place? I'm absolutely had enough. I have to get out of this room, get away from that delusional manic before I go as crazy as him. Maybe I should try to turn up some charm to get him to unlock the doors, break him down, and then build him back up, as they say. I mentally place back and forth as I plan my next move. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Could the answer be as easy as simply asking him to unlock the door so I could get some fresh air? Or maybe I want to go on a walk. He's not that gullible, is he? We'll find out. Looking over towards his bedroom door, I resolve to answer my own question and walk to the door. Before I knock, I notice that my heartbeat is thumping in my ears. Am I nervous? That's weird. I remind myself that he's already killed Dawn, and God knows what he will do to me if he's ticked off. But then I remember how much I've been kicking him and how he keeps limping back like a stupid, gullible puppy. I got this. I need to throw him a bone and he'll worship me. I take a deep breath and give a firm knock on the door. That's definitely not a firm knock. All I'll do is gentle. The typing on the other end stopped, and I put on a casual face as the door cracks open and his big blue eyes peer at me. What is it? He doesn't even call me darling. My mind has a brief hiccup, but no matter. Now I'm just have to pivot and give him the opportunity to be my hero. I lean more towards the open part of the door to get a better view of YB. A watery smirk grows from the corner of my mouth. Well, listen, I know that I'm being difficult right now. It's just that this is a lot for me to take in. I just want to say that I'm you know. Like, wait, what? What are you saying? He cocks his eyebrow, waiting for an apology that never comes. It's like, you can apologize right now? How about maybe you and I go for a walk or something? You know, to have a look around our new home. Some fresh air might do me some good. He doesn't respond at first, keeping it quiet as he as his... He doesn't respond at first, keeping quiet as his contemplative eyes drift away. But at least he's considering it. I need to say something to nudge him in the right direction. You know, I mean, you're trying hard to keep me happy, and I want to at least make it up to you and go on a walk, hand in hand even. He returns a familiar gaze back at me and opens the door a bit. The flare of optimism that melted the cold air, a cold expression catches wildfire in my heart, though not for the same reasons. You want to spend time with me? Of course, silly. I mean, if you're gonna be my boyfriend, we might as well at least make an honest attempt at it, right? The door opens a little wider as he steps out, as he pokes his head into the hallway. His smile falters as he glances back at his desk. Man, as much as I would love to go on a walk, crap. I think maybe it's probably best to just have an early night and maybe try things again, fresh in the morning. Oh, that's day 5. Go straight to day 5. What? YB stammers a bit as he sees my mask begin to slip. I mean, I'm not too keen on going out right now. You still seem really upset at me. My innocent demeanor was fading faster than my patience with this lackey freak. I nearly pop a knuckle, squeezing my balled fist behind my back as I imagined tearing the door handle from him and strangling him. And before I could stop myself, I'm already reading him the riot act. Well, excuse me for being such a pain in your butt. Next time I'll be the one who kills your landlord and tears you away from your life to lock you in a dump in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't say anything back to me. Instead, he stares. A stare grew distant as he silently begins to close the door on me. My vision turned red and seething with rage. I retched at the doorknob. Oh, don't you dare! I wedged my shoe into the door frame to keep it from closing. We are not done here. You pull a lot of crap, and I'm tired of it. You're getting your butt out of there and unlocking the door. Now I want out. Instead of submitting to me like the skinny coward he was, he suddenly refused to let the door budge in either direction. I mean, he does kill people, but he murders people. Don't call him a coward. You try to pick the lock and run out. While he's on the computer, beats that idea, actually. He leans closer, closing the gap between us. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But with how you've been today, I doubt being outside will help you. This position. His words were as cold as ice, and I'm baffled. It's not normal for him to be this assertive against me like that. I think he's getting tired of me. Just a bit. The more I think about this, the more my blood boils. So I was a butthole to him today. So what? The butthole has done so much crap. Well, thinking I could just be all lovey-dovey and shower him with love and adoration. He's a disillusioned creep. But I know that in his world the sun rises and falls for me, and this spat isn't going to change that, not one bit. Let me out now, or I'll leave. I'll never love you. The pause, as my words cut him to his core. I knew that submissive, love-sick psycho was still rattling around in that massive head of his. While he was mulling it over, I pulled my feet from the door frame and threw my body, whole shoulder against the door. Or where the door had been. I passed through the threshold, feeling nothing against my but warm air, faltering forward and trying to catch myself on anything I could reach. I feel the tip of YB's foot catch me leading. I feel the tip of YB's foot catch mine leading one foot. All I could see is the edge of YB's desk, careening towards my. I feel colder than before, with a profound sense of deja vu. My eyes fight to make out the new room that I find myself in. Oh, he locked us in the basement. The darker, the more Spartan than the room that Peter had set me up in, with none of my possessions being integrated here. It's like we just keep calling him Peter even though we didn't even know his name was Peter. Well, character-wise, we know his name was Peter. I glanced down towards my feet, coming to the dryer such a realization that I'm completely naked. Wait. I fight against the cold metal handcuffs, claps around my wrist and ankles. I tried to shout, but a spit-coated wad of cloth gags my cries. Take two, darling. Okay, this might naturally be the creepier one. It's like, it's out of nowhere. I hear his voice, but he's not looming over me like before. Instead, a winged shadow stands in the corner of the room. The blue slits of his eyes seem to glow in the darkness. You took a nasty tumble, my love. I was so lost in thought that I couldn't stop you before your head took a chunk out of my desk. I mumble unintelligibly, curses under the rag that are tied around my mouth. But honestly, you really got me thinking. When you said that you would never love me, I mean, a relationship should be all about commitment. Will you agree? Equal parties, both taking the plunge. My eyes fall as the silhouette drifts a bit to the right. You see, I did say that I was utterly and completely devoted to you. I'm yours, remember? I try to call him a psycho, but I can't form the words. Don't bother, my love. Words just seem unnecessary, complicated, simple things. Words just seem to unnecessary, complicate simple things, and you have been very vocal lately. I guess what I really want to know is the shadow holds the object into view, and from the way the metal reflects the dim light, I could tell that's a knife. Do you love me? I kick and scream, but I can't tear my eyes from the blade that he holds in his hand. As the handcuffs refuse to relent, I resort to ordering him to release me, but my words are no more coherent to him than if he were a puppy. A puppy that would have been kicked far too many times. Like I said, it's a simple question, and it deserves a simple answer, right? Oh, you don't need to bury under the gruff, dominating facade, or muddy it with coy deflections and demands. it gets so confusing. Instead, a simple gesture of the head will do. A nod for yes, a shake for no. Simple, right? Let's try it out. Do you understand? He plays with the knife a little as he waits my answer with eager anticipation. What do I do? Nothing. Nothing I've done so far will work now. All that I can hope to do is comply and hope that he'll leave me long enough to get that knife. I nod my head once in confirmation. YB looks puzzled, and I can see his eyes narrowing on me. Now, this isn't a sap judgment. I'd really like to know if you take a moment to really think about the question. Think about everything we've been through together, and then answer honestly and truthfully. This sick freak is toying with me now. I suppress my urge to murder him with his own knife and close my eyes for a second, pretending to mull it over. Taking a deep and resolute sigh, I open my eyes and make eye contact with the blue slits across the room. I gently, willfully, knowingly nod my head. The eyes brim wider, but not as illuminating as his eccentric, toothy smile. You mean it? He begins to laugh to himself in a fit of hysterical joy. I knew it. I knew you loved me. You just wanted me to prove it to you. I had to earn your devotion, and I succeeded. There he is. He steps closer. He steps out of the shadow, and my eyes grow wide in terror. He's shirtless, and across his pale body, I see dozens of crude cuts where he carved hearts and my initials into his own blood-stained flesh. So I guess these are probably supposed to be your initials. Then, huh? The tip of the blade in his hand drips with his own blood. The red fluid runs from the elbow and down his fingertips before staining out on the floor below. YB's eyes fix on mine as they chart the weeping slits into directions of a treasure map of a white and scarlet island. Do you see? Do you finally see how devoted I am to you? Does it fill you with inspiration? After all, a relationship should be all about commitment. Wouldn't you agree? Equal parties, both taking the plunge. And now, darling, it's your turn. The blade of the knife glints in a faint light as its tip drifts daintily over my heart, leaving behind a shallow trail of swelling red droplets. That lovely name you gave me, YB, was it? So much better than my real name, isn't it? You like it, so I'm content with it. Now it's going to be all over your heart. In a big, bold letters, forever and always, just like our love, Lion. I was just gonna give the nickname. The entire time it's telling us his actual name, even though technically we shouldn't even know his name. I shook my head in protest, but I tried to keep from buckling from underneath the knife's edge, for fear of inflating myself. Unless Peter himself is telling you his name. YB's hand collapse my chest to hold me in place. I'll just go deep enough to leave a scar, my love. Hold still and focus on your feelings towards each other. Hold still and focus on our feelings towards each other. And it'll be over before you know it. And that was the abusive route. If you like my content, please subscribe, like the video, help out, and comment below. See you guys next time.